All right, guys, so let's get raw and real here for a second. I want to share a little bit with you about who I was before I became a Beachbody coach. Um, I'm just going to cycle it back a little bit to maybe like high school and where I kind of was like as a woman, like coming into a woman, like turning 18 and stuff like that. I kind of grew up in a broken home, so I didn't have like that female role model as a mother to help me and guide me when it came to, feeling confident and comfortable in your own skin and, coming into who you are, letting yourself be who you want to be. And so I'd cover up with lots of makeup and hoodie sweaters and sweatpants, and I didn't want anyone to see my body. I didn't want anyone to know I had freckles, and I found myself kind of covering who I was. And then I started transitioning when I got into college, and when you're around boys and stuff like that, and I started comparing myself to other girls, and you know caring about what my weight was on the scale and focusing all my energy into unhealthy habits. And what do I mean by that? I started with trying to out-train a horrible diet. I would drink Diet Coke because I saw someone drink Diet Coke and I thought, oh, no calories, like I had like a teacher that was drinking it. And so I was like, okay, I don't really know, but I don't want to gain weight. So, I had all those feelings. So I started drinking Diet Coke and I started getting low fat and I started getting, fat free. And so I'm in college and I'm like doing all this stuff and, still comparing myself to everybody. And I have been called fat and it's like heartbreaking. It's just so horrible when someone says that because those things you think about yourself and then someone says them to you and then you're like, are they true? Oh my God. Like, you just have a panic attack and you're vulnerable at that age, right? And so I started creating these really unhealthy habits and I started to try and out-train a horrible diet. I was eating so bad, fast food. I was drinking because I was in college and I started getting in this habit of when we'd go out drinking of making myself throw up. And then I started getting in this habit of starving myself and counting calories. And then I started getting obsessive with cardio. And I would do like 2 hours on the elliptical before we'd go out one night because if I had 6 beers, then that was, 1,200 calories. And so I needed to burn 1,200 calories. And I just started getting into this horrible cycle of unhealthy habits, right? And so I found myself being obsessed with fitness. And after I graduated college, I moved with my husband who plays professional basketball to live out his dream and travel with him. And I thought, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to be in a different country. I'm going to be like the basketball wife. And I came to find out that that is not what anybody wants to be, right? Like, it looks good when you say it out loud, like, oh, you must live the life, the dream life. But when I got there, my husband was on the road constantly, and I spent multiple days alone. And so I'm alone in a hotel room, and I'm creating these horrible life habits, right? Counting calories, focusing on the food, comparing my body, trying to cover it up, hated putting on a bathing suit, always had to have a wrap, like didn't want anyone to ever see my body. These were things that I was transitioning to. And then I found myself kind of getting depressed when I was alone and then giving myself anxiety. These are little things that have happened to me since high school, and I was really searching for something that I needed. And I kept saying my prayers like over and over, like, please help me. I know this isn't right. I would try and talk to my husband about it. He would always just say, you're so beautiful. Like, I don't know why you feel that way. But when you feel that way about yourself on the inside, it's really hard for you to listen to somebody else when they say it about you. And I know that we've all been there. So I was looking for this solution and I was praying for it and praying for it. And then Beachbody just happened to come along. And it came along in the form of my coach, right? She was a girl that I did spin with, and she kind of just mentioned it a couple times to me. And I brushed it off. I didn't listen. I was kind of skeptical about it. I didn't really know what it was about. And she offered me this amazing meal plan, right? And I was like, maybe that's what I need, like maybe I need to follow it like a diet, And my first thought was a diet, like, oh, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to try something. And what I didn't realize is that it was clean eating, like, and it was educational and it was so easy. And it just like taught me so much that I was missing. And I would think that, I couldn't have those things. And maybe I was eating way too much fruit. And maybe I wasn't eating enough complex carbs. And maybe I was starving myself in areas and my body wasn't working correctly. And there's just multiple things that were happening to me because I was malnutritioning myself because I was creating these beliefs about myself and these habits. And so, with that being said, I found my coach, right? She was just like this normal girl at Spin who happened to love Shakeology, which was the superfood protein, right? And she kept telling me about this coaching opportunity and how I would be really good at it because I'm so nice and I like people and it would give me something to do in Cancun. And I was just like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 right? But then it wasn't until I actually tried the meal plan and I actually did the program with Shanti and I actually started drinking Shakeology that I started seeing these results in my body and these changes in my mindset. And then I realized, wow, maybe I can help somebody. Like maybe I can do that, right? Like I have all this free time. Maybe I can help somebody else who was feeling so horrible like me completely change. Because in 2 months from that point, I was seeing results in my body. I was feeling changes. I was feeling better. I wasn't having to do 2 hours on the elliptical to, feel confident in what I was wearing. I only had to do 30 minutes and I wasn't counting calories anymore. I was like, yes, I just got, a purple container. Like it wasn't like thinking so much about it because food is a necessity, right? You need it to live. And so you have to master your mindset. And once I started my own journey and seeing the results that I wanted, I just felt like I had to give it to more people. Like I had to share this with other people because I was no longer feeling depressed. And instead of drinking and throwing up, I no longer really wanted to drink. And I wasn't counting the calories, I wasn't being obsessive about my food, and I wasn't spending hours and hours doing cardio that was getting me nowhere. And my clothes started feeling better, and I started feeling better. And then I really was starting to talk more to my coach about, well, what is really the opportunity? Like, how can I make this a business? And she introduced this thing into my life called personal development. And it's something that we do as coaches, and it's like mind food. So it's reading these books or listening to a daily motivational thing. And the best way to explain it to somebody is like when you see that quote that like fits you and you're like, aha, that makes, I get that. It's like reading a book of that helps you and guides you. And so that was me before Beachbody. And now it's been 2 years and I'm finally hitting all of my body goals that I've wanted to hit. I have paid off all of my credit card debt and then some. I've earned 2 trips in full. I've created this team. I have this schedule of my own business. I no longer am self-sabotaging with these comparisons and thinking so negatively about food. And I just have this light about me and I'm on fire for life. And so Beachbody has gifted me that. And I have met some wonderful people. This has became such a huge part of me. I've helped so many people feel so much better and confident. That's a huge, huge reward to me. And I know that a lot of the times people think that we just do this for money, and that's okay. You need money to live. It's okay to feel like you want to do it for that part of it, But what happens is you go through this emotional and physical transformation with it all, that like it's like this triple combination package that it's it's undescribable. So I used to be this girl that I didn't feel confident, um, and I wasn't happy in my own skin, and I was creating these things in my mind and telling myself that I couldn't be this and I couldn't do that. And now with Beachbody, just starting with the foundation of life, your, nutrition and your fitness. This is, these are the things that you need in life, right? So your foundation. Beachbody has given me the vehicle to drive myself to my dreams. It's the platform that has set me up to push forward in what I want to do. When I signed up for this, I didn't think, hey, I'm going to be a Beachbody coach. Like, that's my dream job, right? No, I signed up because it has changed my life physically and through the steps of coaching, emotionally and financially. But it's changed my life physically, and the way it's made me feel, I feel like it would be so selfish not to share it with my friends and my family. And so I wanted to pay it forward. And since then, I have been uplifted. I've been so happy. My relationship with my husband is better. I'm more confident. I'm wearing a tight shirt. These are things that you're just like, wow, where was this girl? This was the girl that I wanted to be. This is who I was and who I thought I could only be, and this is who I am now. And so Beachbody has given me the tools to push myself to my dreams and the things that I'm going for. So it starts with your foundation, and then you push forward. So I'm so happy that you guys are all in my sneak peek. Thank you for letting me share a little bit of who I was before, who I am now. If you follow me on social media, you can see who I am now. And I can't wait to answer all your questions and just continue to share more with you. So thanks again for watching, and comment below if you have any questions or if you shared the same feelings that I had before Beachbody.